Hi, and welcome to Preview. My name is Guy Giampapa. Preview.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cue Guy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Preview. You know, Bob Eagle of the Reagle Music Theater is celebrating his 50th anniversary with 3 terrific shows this year. The first one is A Chorus Line, which just played at Reagle. The third one is Music Man with Jennifer Ellis and Mark Linehan. But the second one is Cole Porter's Anything Goes, and it features 2 wonderful actors that I'm so pleased to have with me today. The first one is my good friend.
We're
right.
such close friends, you don't even need to call me by name.
That's right, my darling. Yeah. Well, it's Leigh Barrett, and with her is Jared Troilo.
That's right.
Thank you so much for being on this show.
Thanks for
Thanks for
having
Now,
us.
having
you've
us.
come in just before you're starting the rehearsals,
Yes.
so we can talk a lot about the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
So excited.
The show, you going to rehearsal next week?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and you're playing
Reno Sweeney.
Reno Sweeney.
It's a mouthful.
And Jared, you're Billy Crocker?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. What's different about the show today from the original 1932, 33 version?
There's several different versions of it,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
There's been I think 4 versions on Broadway, and there's a couple of films as well. I think there's a few different story differences, and
Yeah.
they've changed. Some characters sing certain songs that in the original that they changed in the revival. So there's little differences like that, but. Overall, the show has still the same heart, the
Yep.
same general storyline,
Yeah.
the same romantic feel. I
And
think.
the same songs.
The same songs.
Yeah,
Same
that's,
songs.
that's what really made
Yeah,
it.
some of them get taken. I think one version has Take Me Back to Manhattan. Another one has I Get a Kick Out of You.
Yeah, and the
yeah.
original Billy and Reno sang Friendship, whereas in this version that we're doing, Reno and Moonface sing Friendship.
I think it's also a trio at some point.
Yeah, so
but
little changes like that they've done over time.
Did Friendship come out of Anything Goes?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, MGM used that in some of their musicals.
I think that's happened a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
they did. I remember
they
one with Lucille Ball.
pull and,
Yeah.
and put it in different things. Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of good songs.
Oh,
Absolutely.
They
Yeah.
get used over and over
Yeah,
in
and a
different
lot of the
things.
songs in this show have had a life outside of Anything Goes.
Yeah,
They've been covered
yeah.
by the Rat Pack, and Barbra Streisand has a version of,
Yes,
of
yeah.
these
Oh, I
songs.
didn't realize
so
that.
yeah, so
They're great standalone songs. And I don't know if you've heard Cole Porter actually singing some of his stuff.
No, I didn't know that.
It's great. You can get it on Spotify.
Oh, no
Yeah,
kidding. I
there's a
didn't know
little
that.
Shout out to Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just and there are a lot of verses to these songs.
yes.
But
As
Cole
we
does
know.
all of them.
Wow, I didn't
So
know that.
it's very interesting.
There were 2 versions of his life on film. The one with Cary Grant, and then the second one with Alexis Smith played his wife. Both wonderful versions.
I'll have to look those up.
I think there were a lot of it was fictionalized, but it had all the songs, and that's what really made
Yeah.
it. You know.
Well, people are gonna love the show because there's tap dancing, there's songs that they'll recognize.
And there's a really hilarious book. It's a mistaken
so
identity
funny.
stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everyone's with the wrong person, of course, and they're trying
Yeah.
to get their way to the right,
Right, yeah.
person. And it's just it's a perfect setting for a musical comedy, really, on a cruise ship too, because
Yes, yeah.
you can't escape each other.
Well, you both took the
true,
words
that's
out of
true.
my mouth when you said it's a great show. I know it is, and it cannot be bad. It just can't. It's so good.
Well, we hope not.
No, I mean, what more can I say about Anything Goes?
Yeah, you really can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Exactly, yeah.
And there's something for everybody, and
When you think of musical
The audience
theater,
is-
Anything Goes, in my mind, is like top of the list. because
Yes,
it
yeah.
really was a
It's the
watershed
top
musical.
as
It's
you
a
might
true
say.
musical, really.
You're
yeah.
the top.
The way musicals were in those days. I
Really?
mean, today
Yep.
they're more storied. Like My Fair Lady, which has a great story. But I think when you think of Anything Goes, you don't think that much of the story, but you think more of the music.
Right.
You know.
And there's songs that, they're challenging songs to sing in their own way, but they're songs that anyone can sing along to. That's
yeah.
why they all became popular hits,
Exactly.
because you could listen to it on the radio
Yeah.
and sing along, because
Yeah.
they're simple enough. I love Sondheim, but not anyone could just pick up Sondheim and sing Sondheim. They're
Oh, yeah, well, Sondheim is complicated.
yes.
But Cole Porter was so easy. I mean, I get a kick out of you.
Right,
I get
but
no kick from
beautiful.
champagne. I
Right.
mean, that's
Right.
great stuff.
It just
really
rolls off the
is.
tongue, yeah.
And you
Beautiful.
remember it.
I think for summer, it's so nice to
Yeah.
to have a a show where you can bring the entire family and not have to think too hard, but laugh a lot. And it's not going to change the world, but it's going to give you 2 hours to just enjoy yourself and laugh.
And a happy ending.
And a happy ending. And oops, spoiler.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Is there a Charleston number in that show?
Oh, probably.
probably. There probably will be.
'Cause I remember that.
I think that I don't know that there's a specific Charleston number,
But I'm sure the dance step will be
Yeah.
in
I
there
remember
somewhere.
seeing that show many years ago, and I don't even remember the name of the people in it, but the guy that played your role was terrible.
Oh, boy.
I
Good.
wish I could-
Probably good that
So,
you don't remember
He
his
set
name.
the bar low, so
Great.
come see our
He
show.
was not a good dancer. That was the problem.
Yeah.
You know, and it just it was a TV special.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I can't remember the date of
interesting.
the time, but I always remember that how bad he was. But I know, listen, I don't want to discourage you now.
No,
No, in
that
fact,
made me
I
feel
think
good
he's
about
probably,
myself.
yeah.
Now I'm excited to get started.
But anyhow, you're two terrific people.
Oh,
thank
Great
you.
actors, great voices. I'm going to start with you, Troilo.
Oh, boy.
Mr.
Uh-oh.
Troilo.
Mr. Troilo.
What I
Hot seat.
remember most about, I've seen about you've done about 15, 16 shows in Boston.
Yeah, I don't keep count, but it's
And I
it's been a
think
great
I've seen
few
about
years.
7 of them.
Oh, wow.
Lyric and Speakeasy, a special. But what stands out in my mind is your characterization in My Fair Lady at Lyric when you did On the Street Where You Live.
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you.
that was so beautifully done.
Thank you.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't think anybody on Broadway could have done it any better.
Oh, well, I hope Broadway's listening because it's being produced.
I'll call them up and tell them.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that was a great production. And I mean, when you get to sing that song every night, it's a pretty good job to have.
I was watching, and we talked about this before the show. Pygmalion was on Turner Classic Movies last night, and the character of Freddie was very slight. I mean, I think he had 2 scenes in it.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought of it as compared to the musical version.
Right.
You know, it was the musical version. He was really highlighted because of that. I think because of that song.
Sure,
You know?
sure, yeah. But they gave him a point of view with that song.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, without it, he's just some weird stalker
Exactly,
who's
yeah,
stalking
yeah.
Eliza. But with that song, you understand, you know, what he's going through, why he's doing what he's doing, and
Right.
He actually reminds me of Billy in a lot of ways, in that he's delightfully ignorant. You know, he doesn't realize that there are, you know, certain things that, you know, Billy doesn't realize that Reno has kind of a thing for him, and but he doesn't mean to insult her. He just has no idea, so he's kind of just tunnel visioned, and in that way, you know, Freddie is similar. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite show that you've done?
Ooh, I don't know. A favorite. I've been so lucky in that I've gotten to play such a variety of different roles. And done different kind of shows. You know, I've gotten to play animals. I just did Beauty and the Beast, and I've gotten to play, you know, Lancelot, and you know, I've gotten to play a jerk Marine in dogfights. So I've been.
Oh yes, I remember
Oh,
Dogfight.
he was a jerk.
I was
wasn't
such a
he?
jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a jerk.
So it's hard to pick a favorite. But so I'll just say that I've just been lucky to play that. You know, Boston's given me a chance to do a variety of stuff,
Right.
and that it's always different. And the day one always feels like a new scary adventure. Like I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, that's good. That's exciting.
And this is when they're going to figure out that I don't know what I'm doing. And luckily, you know, as time goes on, you kind of figure out the role.
Almost all of your shows were musicals. Did you do a straight drama?
I did. Well, I did one a couple years. I did one at Speakeasy called Significant Other.
That's right. Yeah.
I'd like to do more. I've just happened to have been cast in musicals a lot, which is totally fine
That's
with
because
me.
of your voice. I mean, you have a great voice.
Well, thank you. I guess that's
You really do.
hopefully that's part of it. And but yeah, I'm one of those actors that's open to pretty much anything. I'll do, you know, straight plays, musicals, concerts, whatever.
Right.
Wherever I can work, I'm lucky to be able to.
That's
to
wonderful.
do
His
it.
phone number's on the bottom of the
Absolutely,
screen.
and
Right.
I hope Broadway's listening. And and I'm just fortunate that I get to do what I love to do. Yeah.
Wonderful.
But I've never worked with Leigh Barrett, so
This is the first
it's a
time.
new adventure.
You're in for a treat.
I've
Yeah.
seen her many times on
Okay.
stage over the years, because I grew up in this area, so I've been watching her for years.
Oh
so-
God.
This young lady has more awards.
Oh,
I mean, your dining room must be filled with awards.
Oh, it certainly
on the
is,
walls,
yes.
yeah, all over.
I use them as plate chargers.
Oh,
when I
good. I'm sure
serve.
they appreciate that.
Actually, how many awards do you have? Do you know?
I can Google your resume.
Can someone
I
get
can
that?
Google that. Yeah.
I'm 6,
You've got-
maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
That's I don't know of anybody who's had that many
Yeah.
beside you. Maybe Paula
Time
Plum.
to
but-
retire. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Paula
Yeah.
Plum.
Yeah.
But you're up there. You're really up there. Really. I mean,
Getting up there.
He meant awards,
Oh,
Jared.
sorry.
well, I know the Norton people were very smart when they
Oh,
awarded
you're
the award
kind.
when they gave it to you this year.
Thank you.
But as an Ernie member, I am embarrassed
Oh,
that we did
don't
not
be.
give you the award this year.
Wow.
You really deserved it
Thank you.
for both Gypsy and
Souvenir, your
Souvenir.
favorite.
Thank you. Couldn't think of the word.
That small little show you
Small
did.
little thing.
That tiny part you played.
But it's in a way it's kind of unique that they gave you the award for 2 shows. Is that how that worked?
Well, the first one, the first Norton that I got, this sounds so crazy, but the first Norton I got it for, I want to say for 4 shows in that season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got it for Follies, Sweeney Todd, Jacques Brel, and Three Penny Opera.
Wow.
So they combined all 4 in the one, but that was when they only gave it to two people for the whole season. They gave it to a male and a female, and there were no nominations, and that was that.
Wow.
And I was the first musical theater person to get one in a long time, and I have to say I was pretty proud of that.
Of course.
And then the second time was when they did nominations again, and I won that for Ragtime and Souvenir.
How did you play in Ragtime?
Mother.
Mother. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was where?
That was at New Rep.
That's the one I missed
Yeah.
because I've seen Ragtime a couple
Yeah,
of times.
did you saw it in Worcester? No,
No,
I
I
did it
saw
in
it-
Worcester as well. But
I saw it in Boston twice.
Mm-hmm.
When at the Opera House.
Oh,
Oh, no,
okay.
maybe it was Colonial.
Tour.
And then it came back to the Wang Center.
Oh,
The
right,
second time.
sure.
Second time around, yeah.
And
But you
then-
didn't catch a local
No,
production of it.
no. Did
Yeah.
I see it a third time? No, that's it. I missed New Rep. For some reason, I didn't get over there.
Yeah.
And I
But you'll
wanted
see it at
to.
Company Theater, right, Michael?
Yeah, well, that's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to see it
That's
there.
going to be amazing.
But I lost my train of thought on that.
Oh, we were
Yeah,
just
let's see.
talking about the Norton Awards
the
and
Norton
how
Awards,
they're
yeah,
yeah. So all of the Nortons that I've won have been in combination with this role or that role. But I honestly was completely surprised and gobsmacked by the Gypsy Souvenir because I had already won for Souvenir.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm getting the sustained excellence. That's more than enough.
And Will
Thank
won
you very
too.
much.
Your
and
Will, yeah.
I'll, just leave. And then they gave me that. That was crazy. But Will getting the Norton
Yeah,
for
that was great
Souvenir
too,
was
yeah.
the one
He was fabulous in that.
well, it's his show. So as we talked about,
Right,
Souvenir
yeah.
is really Cosme's show. I just get to, come in and out and be ridiculous.
But
he holds the
He's
show
right there
down.
at the piano.
It's so difficult. I've done a piano show. I did a piano
Yeah,
called Murder
yes.
for Two at the Lyric, where you have to play and
Yep.
speak and sing, and it's so challenging.
So
because
challenging.
Do you play the piano?
I do play the piano.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, see, with Will, it was the first time I had seen that show.
Yeah.
And he went to the piano, and I said, I wonder if he's really playing that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He's
And then,
really
but as
playing it.
the evening went on, I said,
Yeah,
this
he
guy's
really
a great
is.
piano player.
Yeah, and when we did Grey Gardens together, Will and
Yeah.
I, he also played Gould, and he played piano in that as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I love him, and
Yeah,
he's
he's great. He's wonderful.
nobody deserved that more than him.
No.
I
Well,
mean,
I'm glad he got it,
yeah,
really. Yeah.
especially having to work with me. So you'll get one next year.
Great. It's done. It's set. You listening?
Well, are you both that excited about Reagle this year?
Oh, so
Oh, yeah.
excited!
It's my first time at Regal, actually. I've never.
You'll love it. You really will love it.
Yeah,
I've grown
it's
up
my
going to
second.
Regal shows, and
Have you really?
well, I grew up in Central
Yeah,
Mass, so
yeah.
I mean, Regal's been there for 50 years.
Yeah,
and-
that's right.
Years.
Yeah.
And I'm a little younger than 50, so.
So am I.
So
Wish I could say that.
Well, you can. Never mind.
Okay.
But to be part of Regal's 50th
Yes.
anniversary
it's
season
really
is
nice,
it's
yeah,
really
yeah.
special.
Yeah.
And so we're brushing up our tap shoes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I think as a critic, I have to be very honest. And I try to like everything I see. But this year, with Bob Eagle has picked 3 shows for his 50th. A Chorus Line, Anything Goes, and Music Band.
Yep.
I was a little disappointed
Yeah.
that he picked A Chorus Line. I thought we could have had something better. I mean, Chorus Line is a great show. And
Sure,
if
yeah.
choreography is in there and it's done right, it's spectacular.
Yeah.
but Anything Goes, it's a classic. I mean, it's got to be in the 50th. The Music Man, it's America.
Yeah, I think that's one of his
It's a great
favorites,
American
too.
musical. It really is.
Yeah.
So 2 out of 3 isn't too bad. So I mean, I'll go along with that.
Well.
And if you're listening, Bob, I apologize. But anyhow, well, what's in the future for both of you?
I'm going to just say it. Anything goes. Who knows? I don't know. I have nothing booked for the rest of the season. So, Broadway, if you're listening.
Right.
Yeah. So who knows?
Well, the season is still young. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's half over this
Yeah.
year.
Right. I know we're kind of right in Boston. We're kind of right in the middle of theater starting to cast.
Yeah.
They
Things like
cast
that.
for
Yeah.
the next year. So I'm like waiting to hear from a bunch of people. So I'm like, my anxiety is through the roof. I'm checking my
Yeah.
phone every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But hopefully things will work out. I mean, a lot of theaters have a lot of great seasons. So
Yep.
hopefully we'll get to be a part of them, or at least
Or we'll be in the audience supporting
be in
them.
the audience supporting our colleagues.
Great.
That's
Okay.
right.
So,
Well, I think the thrilling the great thing about this season is the reopening of the Colonial Theater.
yeah,
Very
that's exciting.
exciting.
And I'm so excited. I'm not too excited about the play, Moulin Rouge.
Oh, no?
No, but I want to see.
Oh, it's gonna be
I want to see what
beautiful.
they
It's
did
gonna
with
be
the
a
theater,
spectacle.
how they remodeled
It'll
it.
Yeah,
look
yeah.
beautiful
Brought
in
it
there,
back.
I think.
You know,
Yeah,
it's a
I think
gorgeous house.
Well, first of all, the Colonial is stunning. And then,
Yeah.
but then I think the spectacle of Moulin Rouge will be beautiful in that space.
I hope so. I really
Yeah.
hope so.
And I just love the idea that the Colonial that used to be Boston's Broadway tryout is doing it again.
That's
Yes,
and
they're
I
coming
think
back.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I
It'd
hope
be
that
nice if
works.
they produced some Boston stuff.
That was the
They
original.
could sit down for a while.
Yeah.
But
That was the original intent of Broadway in Boston when they came back. It's almost 20 years ago.
oh, really?
Was to try out new shows.
Oh yeah, well Boston was the kind
Yeah.
of the
Oh,
mecca
yeah.
of
Yeah, I mean-
trying
Right,
out
and
shows.
Elliot Norton,
Yes. Yeah.
you know, and he really took the critical art form
Right.
to a new level
Yeah.
when he would meet with writers and designers
That's
and
right.
actors and offer constructive criticism about moving
Always.
on. You
Well,
know,
the things
that's
he did,
important.
like for the Neil Simon show, Odd Couple.
Yeah.
He suggested the two sisters were just in one scene.
Yeah.
And he suggested they bring them back,
Yeah. Oh,
did
which
he?
they did in the
Oh, I didn't
second
know that.
act.
Yeah.
It was because of him that show was successful.
Yeah.
There
You know, if you go into the Gershwin Theater in New York, have either of you ever
Oh,
been
no.
there?
Probably.
I probably have. I
can't
It's you
stand
go
it.
upstairs,
yeah,
you know, and then there's the lobby.
yeah.
And as you're coming up and you see the floor, and then there's the photographs of all the greats. Elliot Norton is there.
Get out of here.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really impressed when I
Oh,
saw
that's
that.
A
amazing.
little piece
Yeah,
of Boston.
yeah.
There you go.
He was a great man.
Yeah.
And I knew him slightly. I'd interviewed him a few times and
Oh,
talked with
yeah.
him. But he had great respect.
I think I met him the first year
Yeah.
that, but then he was like over 100, I think, when he,
Well, he was, I think
passed
just
away.
over that when
Yeah.
he passed away.
amazing.
Yeah. But we miss him,
Yeah.
anyhow. But we have me now.
We have you.
Yeah, so we're good.
Yeah, little me.
Little less than 100.
Right, it was right. We won't talk about that. But anyhow, you know, it's so great having both of you guys here.
Oh, it's a
Really,
pleasure to be
pleasure to be
here.
Terrific. You were here last
too long
November.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, we had a long conversation.
We did.
And that worked out so well.
Lovely. Yeah.
And my friend Jared, it's been 5 years since I've seen you.
It has been, yeah. I had just moved back to Boston
At that time.
and I was doing a Little Princess, and you were like my first, sit-down interview in Boston. It was very exciting.
And that was 2013.
That was 2013.
And I was doing the show in Walpole, and you came on the show with Shana Derrick,
That's right. Yeah.
and we talked.
Yeah.
And it impressed me at the Ernie Awards when I saw you standing there, and I walked over to you and I said, "Hi, Jared, do you remember me?" And you said, "Guy." And,
Who can forget you?
I mean, oh, come on, little old me. But I was impressed that you remembered me after 5 years.
Of course. How could I forget you, really?
You'll get my autograph later.
That's right. That's right.
But anyhow, this has been great having both of you on the show.
Thank you. We'll see you in the audience, I hope.
Yeah.
I will be there. I'll be sitting on the right side.
Oh, good. Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a notepad.
But I'll be
taking-
waving
That's right.
like this to you.
Oh, will you?
Oh, great.
Okay. I'm sure I won't notice.
Okay. Well, we have a few minutes left. What do we talk about?
Oh gosh. Mark Linehan?
Mark
We haven't
Linehan?
brought him up.
Well,
we
we
really
do have- I
should
mean,
bring
we
up
can
Mark
talk about our-
Linehan.
Mark Linehan is in your show, and then he's going to do music
Yes,
band.
And
he
it's
is.
gonna
He's
do
Mr.
Music
Reagle
Man.
this year. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty busy.
he's going to be great. Yeah,
Yeah.
we love Mark. Who
We
doesn't love Mark
do.
Linehan?
Do you really?
Actually, we're really. I mean,
We really do.
We
We really do love him.
And we have a great cast. JT Turner is playing
Moonface.
Moonface, and he's going to
Okay.
be hilarious. And it's a great group. I'm really
Yeah.
excited to.
I must
to
confess,
jump
I'm
in.
embarrassed to say it, I don't know Mark Linehan.
Well, you will.
Well, you
But
will.
I'm looking forward to meeting him.
This is only, I think, the second show I've done with Mark Linehan.
Really?
It's my second show with him too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? It's only your second?
Only second, yeah. Wow. Yeah, he was kind of we just did Beauty and the Beast together, and he was Gaston, and I was the
Oh,
Beast.
okay.
And my wife was pregnant during the whole
Yeah.
process, and Mark has a 4-year-old daughter, so he was kind of like my dad coach. He was kind of like walking me through like what to do,
Oh, yeah.
what not to do, what not to say to your wife, what to say to your wife, what to expect at the delivery, and all those
dear.
things. So Mark is a very good friend of
How
mine.
old a person is he?
How old a person
Oh
is
God,
he?
I'm gonna say
I'm going to say pushing 45 at least.
Oh, he's a young
my
man.
God.
No, I'm just, yeah.
he's gonna love that.
No, I know.
We'll say
no.
somewhere between
He's tall anyway.
25 and 35.
He's very tall.
He's very tall, very
Yeah.
charming man.
Yeah, super charming. Doesn't Reno and Sir Evelyn, don't they?
Have you read the script yet?
You know, yes,
They do end up. Well,
they
maybe,
do end up
maybe they
together.
do.
I don't know.
knows?
Spoiler.
Who knows? Who knows?
Spoilers. Come
Who
and find
knows?
out. Yeah, Mark and I did Follies together, and I think that's the only
Oh, okay.
like a million years ago, and I think
Yeah.
that's all we did. So it'd be really fun.
Yeah. Well, Mark and I have a connection because we've known each other since high school. Because we
No
we
kidding.
went to different high schools, but we competed against. We were both on the National Forensic League teams, like speech and
What?
debate
Yeah.
teams of our schools, and we used to compete against each other. And
Oh my God.
we
Such a small world.
and
This
we,
is such an in-depth interview.
we've like known each other since like we were like
Wow.
16, but we never really worked together until we were a little bit older than that. So
Wow.
this past
Wow.
year.
And
so-
now on stage, you're rivals for Hope's Hand.
exactly, exactly.
Imagine that.
Art
So-
imitates life.
I know. So there might be some tension.
Oh
there might
my
be some real life
gosh.
tension. You might have to
That's-
throw down. Yeah.
I love it.
That's something I didn't know before.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. We
wow.
have this
It
old
really and
connection.
truly is a small world.
It really
Especially
is.
Yeah.
Boston. Yeah.
Wow.
We
Yeah.
all kind of know
Yeah.
each other or see each other work.
Yep,
and,
we know of each other. Or,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll all work together eventually, I think.
Have either of you ever worked in New York?
I've done a few. I've never been on Broadway. Right? I've
Yeah.
done a few small like readings and workshops that you hope went somewhere and then unfortunately didn't. But I try to get to New York, when I can between shows to audition and kind of. It's tough when you don't live there.
True, yeah.
to kind of
yeah.
keep your name in the
Yeah,
the ring there, but I try to as much as I can.
You're going to keep them familiar.
Try to
yeah.
keep them familiar.
Well, okay, we're running out of time.
Oh,
Oh.
But let me say that you're both in Anything Goes
Yep.
at the Regal Playhouse, which opens on July 5th,
Fifth.
is it?
Fifth,
Yeah.
July
And it
5th
runs-
through the
and it
15th.
runs for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, and that's followed by the Music Man in
Yep.
August. But Anything Goes is a great show, and I wish both of you well. And they usually say break a leg, but I always say to my friends, ham it up.
Yeah.
oh, we certainly will.
There's a lot of tapping in the show, so we try not to break a leg. Actually.
Okay, Leigh.
We'll say
and
bon
Jared,
voyage.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
It's been a real pleasure. Well, that's our show for this time. My name is Guy Giampapa. See you next time on Preview. Bye-bye.